G'day guys, Come Wild Touring and welcome to this week's episode. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully you got some time off to spend with your loved ones, with your family, your friends. This week I wanted to chat to you about a bit of a recap of 2024, what it's been like my first full year of YouTubing full time. I want to chat to you about what we got up to over the Christmas break. We managed to get the car and the van fully loaded and get away for a couple of weeks through the southwest visiting family and friends. Also, while the car and the van were fully loaded, we had the opportunity to take them both over the Weigh Bridge. So we know where we're at weight-wise now, and I'll run you through all of that. But let's get started first with a bit of a recap of the year that was 2024. So in 2024, I put 35,000 Ks on my new car. I spent roughly 4 months living in either a swag or the Caravan. I drove across 5 states. I spent a few weeks overseas on a family holiday, and then I spent a few thousand hours in front of a computer to get 50 long-form YouTube videos out of it, like this one you're watching now. All up, I did about 2.5 million views through the year, which is pretty good. But ironically, the most viewed video I had was not long-form content. It was actually a YouTube short of this crazy fish up in the Pilbara.
That is psycho.
That is the creepiest looking thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, he just moved.
Alright, we're not doing this to harm him, just to see if he snaps.
Oh yeah, no, he's alive.
Oh,
Oh my god!
oh, I do not want to be a fish, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's going to haunt me in my sleep
Can we
tonight.
keep looking to see if we can find a pair of spare underpants? That was creepy. 13 million views, or just over. Pretty crazy. Ironically, 2024 actually started with weighing our old Caravan, which we ended up selling later in the year. The 300 series build was wrapped up and it was put straight to work. One of the first trips was an epic trip from the Nullarbor down to the southern coast with the lads. And this was actually my first time seeing the Bilbunya Dunes in the flesh, and it absolutely blew me away. I spent a bit of time testing the new car, its limitations, and practicing my recovery skills. I also spent a bit of time testing my wife's patience by bringing home an old boat. What do you think of the boat, Tiff?
There's no point buying a boat now because it's just going to sit in storage for the next year because we're going to be traveling, and obviously you can't tow a boat and a caravan. So
not everything beautiful makes sense.
yeah,
Here we are, we have a boat. The old boat has already taken me on some pretty awesome adventures in Shark Bay with my mates Luke and Leon. We fished along the cliffs of the Dirk Hartog Island and also took the boat up to the Pilbara, where I camped on a remote island with Rowan and Eden from Burrup and Away. I've also collaborated with Pete from WA Camping Adventures, Harry from Fire to Fork, and Alex from Now or Never this year. I spent a few weeks up in the Pilbara with my mate Jonesy exploring his backyard. Found some stunning campsites, water holes and full drive tracks up there. Also drove across the country and back with the boys in search for camels on the Great Central Highway. We watched the sunrise over Uluru, crossed the Simpson Desert, got the barge over to Fraser Island and spent some time exploring the island. Flew over to Japan with Tiff and the kids to meet my brother and his girlfriend who are living over there, and then home via Malaysia. Tiff and I did the Perth Full Drive and the Perth Caravanning and Camping shows this year. We released a couple of new products, including our Stone Guard bag, new beach, hand and bath towel sets, and also released some organisers for Evercool, Angle and King's Draw fridges. I've caught a few fish.
Well done, mate. Woohoo! All right, you win fishing.
I'm wrapped with that, man. That is so good. Lost even more. Should be able to see him soon.
That's nice size too. Look at that. That's got to be a metre long.
It's got to be. All right. No. Easy. Oh! Oh, no! We've broken a fair bit of gear on trips. If it was anyone else, that'd be unusual, but this is standard stuff for Duffy. Actually, mine doesn't look any better. Leon's found that the mechanism that locks the back door shut and holds it locked has failed. We've had to jerry-rig some ratchet straps and stuff to make that work, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. Pre-collision system malfunction, visit your dealer. This is the second time it's thrown this exact same code. We'll use that, we'll see if we can read the code, figure out what it is, and reset it. And we're just going to quickly have a look at Leon's car because it was throwing a code this morning. didn't get far this morning, is roof racks rattling off. Unfortunately, I've done a little bit of damage to the car on the way down here. These carbon fibre bash plates, I've ripped one open, torn one. It's gonna have to come off. Is his window smashed? Yeah. So we're gonna have to grab some stuff to tape this shut so that he doesn't get dusted out on the way home tomorrow. Gubby's breakdown on the Simpson Desert was definitely the lowest point of the year. We are I'm sitting behind Gubbs. I've got the drone up in the air, and this has happened. He has completely torn his upper control arm. It's ripped his drive shaft out. It's bent his tie rod. It's bent his sway bar link. It's pulled the lower ball joint out. It's made a real mess of it. But it was also a really solid reminder of how decent people can be. Folks were really quick to rally around him and raise money and help him out. So yeah, that was a really nice thing to see. I've eaten like a king on camping trips. I have drank my fair share of cocktails. Get in nice and close because I'm going to prepare Harry, my butt crack.
What colour is it?
Brown. It probably does taste terrible, but it really doesn't matter. It's butterscotch snaps and Kraken.
I don't see how that could taste terrible, to be completely honest. Like, it's just...
It'll be fine.
Your butt crack sounds delicious.
Yeah. Chin
Cheers.
chin. Thank you, mate. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's actually
Very
pleasant.
good. Yeah.
On that note, while we're away on our lap, next month we take off, Tiff's not a big alcohol drinker, doesn't really drink any alcohol at all, but I'd really like to keep that cocktail segment going. So what we were thinking was, there'll be the odd cocktail that I'll get her to try, but I'm thinking, you know, camping's quite a sociable thing, and often when we're at a campsite or a caravan park, we get chatting to our neighbour or people that are camping in the same area, and I thought it'd be really cool if occasionally, when I've got the right ingredients, if I could invite someone over and, you know, test a cocktail on them, and if they're open to me filming it and getting their reaction and stuff, I thought that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, we picked up our brand new van towards the end of the year, which has been awesome. And we've done a bit of a shakedown trip in it, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. But I just wanted to say that that was a really quick highlight reel of 2024, and that's all the best stuff, right? And I try as hard as I can to be real about my YouTube channel and not make everything out to be the best, like show both sides of every story. But it's really easy to pick up a camera and film things when things are going well, and to show, you know, your best side and the best side of the people around you. It's harder to pick up a camera and document things when things go wrong or they're not going your way. So let me assure you that we are human, and we've had our fair share of, you know, arguments, and, you know, the kids have had tantrums, and, you know, there's been tears and dummy spits and all the rest of it like anyone else. And we've also had our fair share of stressful moments. I think this year we've probably taken on, or last year, sorry, we probably took on a little bit more than we should have towards the end of the year with selling the house, sorting out building a new house, picking up a new caravan, selling the old caravan, working out how to take our business online in terms of like fulfilling merchandise and products and stuff while we're traveling, dropping down to, you know, essentially just living off YouTube alone while Tiff's out of work and I'm off work. So yeah, we've taken on a fair bit, and we've had quite a few sleepless nights and stuff. So yeah, we are human, but overall it's been a really, really good year, and I'd do it all again in a heartbeat. It's been a lot of fun. Anyway, we have been living out of the caravan for a few weeks while we've been sorting out selling the house. Hopefully by the time you've watched this, we've sold the house. Fingers crossed. But over the Christmas break, we decided to load up the caravan and the car and drag it all down south to spend some time with the family in the southwest. The car is towing the van beautifully. We're figuring out how it all works, and we're loving it. We spent the lead up to Christmas on my folks' property. That looks delish.
Do you like wasabi please?
Yeah.
Good. What's up in my group? They're there. I'm not finished yet.
Hey, I'm not finished. Back off, please.
That might be. That might be one more, or two more.
Yeah.
The kids spent some time helping Nana and Poppy in the garden and riding their bikes. Brodie's only just learned how to pedal a few weeks ago, but there's no stopping him now. I spent a lot of time running after that kid, trying to catch him as he's tearing down hills at full speed. It was pretty stressy stuff, but he's having a ball on a bike.
Chloe, that's more than enough milk for Santa. You know he drinks milk at every house he goes to. Oh, that's a nice carrot.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Reindeers aren't bothered.
Good. Snowman.
Right, come put it on the table. Over here, Chloe. Next to the tree, because that's where he drops off the prezzies.
Okay. So, drink.
What do you want to go do? What should we go open? We're going to open anything?
Present!
Opening presents? Okay. But first? Coffee. And then? Present. Look at all the presents. Hey, look what Elfie.
After Christmas morning at my folks, we packed up all the presents and took off to meet Tiff's family at Chirpy Farms. This is a property that will be on Hip Camp in the new year. The kids had an absolute ball here and we're definitely going to be coming back. So that was a really nice way to spend our Christmas break, but it was also a really good opportunity while we were fully loaded up to weigh the car and the caravan. So everyone on board, the 3 water tanks full in the caravan, the car's long range fuel tank filled to the brim, absolutely packed full of food and drinks and water and toys and bikes, barbecues, the whole lot. The car and caravan were fully loaded. More weight than we actually planned to travel with, and that's because we had underneath this bed full of Christmas presents for the kids and the family that we were visiting. Also had Percy and all of Percy's stuff on board as well, so more weight than we planned to be traveling with. But I wanted to see where we were at anyway, so we took it over the weighbridge, and these are the figures that we got back. So with the ball weight of the van on the car, the GVM was 3,760. Which would be over factory GVM, but with our Pedders GVM Upgrade, we've got plenty left there. I did unhitch the van to get some accurate weights of the van itself. We got a ball weight of 480 kilos and a gross trailer mass there of 2,940 kilos. That gives the van a total ATM or aggregate trailer mass of 3,420 kilos and a total combined weight of car and van of 6,700 kilos. So as I expected, we're really close. I knew we were going to be really close. But realistically, this is heavier than we ever planned to travel, like I said. And there is still a little bit of work to do in terms of weight distribution. I want to get that ball weight a fair bit lighter. I'm not surprised that it was so heavy. I had the bikes on the front, the tunnel boot, the toolbox full of stuff. I've got underneath this bed was full of presents and everything. So a lot of weight was forwards of the caravan. And then underneath this dining seat, underneath the kids' bunks and the hatches and storage towards the back of the van were actually empty. So I can definitely do something to lighten that ball weight. I'm going to move all my heavy stuff, extra beers and bottles and cans, tools, all the heavy stuff will go towards the back of the van. All the lighter, bigger, bulkier stuff can come towards the front of the van. So we can figure out that ball weight. Once I've got that ball weight under control, I'd like to get it close to 350 kilos. I like my ball weight around 10% of trailer mass. Once I've got that figured out, then I'm going to look at how the vans and the car are sitting together. At the moment, the van is 2 nose down and the car is also squatting a little bit. The rear springs are over compressing and I'm not quite happy with where that's sitting. But there's a bit of a method to these things, so I wanted to get that ball weight, I want to get that sorted first. Then when I'm around that 10% ball weight, then I'll look at possibly, I've got an adjustable tow hitch, so I'll probably move that up a notch to get the van sitting a little bit more level. I do like my Caravans just slightly nose down, but it's 2 nose down at the moment. So I'll potentially adjust that hitch up 1 level. And then I'll look at the rear springs and see what I need to do on the vehicle. The car was set up for towing the last Caravan and for the weight that was in it. Now that weight's changed. I've got a lot more ball weight than I had before. I'm towing a heavier Caravan, so it all needs reassessing. But what my potential options are, I could go down the route of respringing the back of the cruiser, or I could go down the route of adding helper airbags. So I'm open to either of them. I may not need to do either, because as I move the weight off the ball of the Caravan and I move some weight backwards, and also as I level up the Caravan, both of those things are going to take weight off the back of the car. Also, I'm not going to have Percy and all of his stuff in the back of the car, so I may get away with the spring rate that I've already got on the cruiser, and I may get away without airbags. But I'm perfectly happy to run airbags if I have to, so we'll see how we go there. There's always a bit of a balancing act setting up your tow vehicle and your Caravan to get it right, but I've taken the first step, and it's knowing where your weights are at. Once I've got that sorted, then we can do other things like adjust the height of the van, sort out the spring rate in the back of the car and get it perfect. So we'll get there. I'll have that sorted in a couple of weeks. At least I know that the rig combined and separately, everything's going to be legal, everything's going to be safe. Yeah, the weights came back pretty good. It's pretty heavy all up, but it's legal and it's safe, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, that's about it. Hey, the next couple of weeks is going to be a bit of boating and fishing and that kind of content, because I'm going away for a long time. Starting next month, the end of next month, we're going to be on the road driving around Australia as a family in the Caravan. We're going to have a full year of Caravan family content, but I am going to miss my mates. I'm going to miss my friends, and I wanted to do a couple of last hurrahs with them. So we're going to drag the boat out and do a few trips. So that's what's coming up probably the next few weeks, and then back into the caravanning stuff for about a year. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for all the support through 2024. Excited for what 2025 is going to bring us. Can't wait to get this lap started and meet lots of you guys on the road and all the rest of it. Cheers, guys. Have a great new year, and I'll see you in the next week's video. Thanks.
I know I'm lucky, man, but I don't feel lucky, man. Why can't I feel what I know?